Hello everyone, and welcome to our presentation on how to create laser-targeted custom audiences on Facebook using video ads. This is Sean Micel, partners with Colby Colobus, and I'm going to take you from nothing to a video ad where you can get custom audiences in literally hours. Just to give you an idea how important this is, obviously when you market anything, you want to get as niche down and as laser focused on your target market as you possibly can. The problem is that traditionally what you would do to get this custom audience on Facebook is you would create a pixel, you would stick it on your website, then you would drive traffic to that website through clicks or conversion ads. However, the problem with that is it can get very expensive. You might be looking at anywhere from, if you're doing really, really well, like 6 or 7 cents a click, up to like 50 cents a click or even more than that, if you're doing well, okay? The cool thing about video ads is you can get those same targeted people on your custom audience for oftentimes a couple pennies. I've done it with a baseball bat company for less than a penny. A video view. All right, so what happens is you start these ads, people watch your videos. Oftentimes, if it's a good video, and we'll talk about this in a different session, you'll even get conversions for your email list or even selling products right off the bat. But for the purposes of this training, I just want to show you how to go from nothing, just assuming you just say have a video, to creating a custom audience and then into creating an ad. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, this is what I do. I'm going to use this example to do a golf related ad, okay? So I have this one particular video that I am going to use, and it's basically this one right here, how do I hit a golf ball solid every time, where my friend Steve, the male golf model, is trying to strangle his driver. Okay, it's a very popular video. It's got over 6,000 views, and I have sold this video several times over. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is you're on your home page with Facebook, and you want to go to your ads manager right here. Okay, you'll see this gray screen come up. All right, and what you're going to want to do before you start trying to run an ad is go to this button here where it says Ads Manager. Click that, and you're going to go to Audiences. Okay, this is where we're going to create this audience. All right. Now, if you've never done this before, the one thing I'm gonna just show you, it's just you don't maybe have to do this, but I just found it's easier for me, is if we go back to our home page, I just load up the video I want to create an audience for on my business page. So for example, here's 5-Minute Golf. This is my golf business. Here's the video that I loaded up right here. Shows me talking with Steve, and that way once you'll see when we go in, it should recognize the video right off the bat. Okay, so we're going to go back here. We are going to go to Ads Manager. Click that. All right, let it load up, and we're going to click here to go to Audiences. Bada bing. All right, and see this blue button here? It says Create Audience. I'm just going to click it and hit Custom Audience. Okay. Now you're going to see some different options. Customer list. This is where you upload your email list. Website traffic, which is what I was talking about. This is pretty rare if you have an app that you have people download. And this is new. Engagement on Facebook. Create a list of people who have engaged with your content on Facebook. Okay. We're going to click this, and then it gives us the option of lead ad or video. Okay, we're going to click video. Now, it's going to say choose engagement. Now, here's a few options that you can consider. You're going to see here that it says people who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, 10 seconds, and then they go into percentages, 25, 50, 75, 95. Now, the higher of a threshold you put this on, the better the quality of the prospects you're going to have. Now, for what I'm doing right now is I'm just picking 10 seconds. Now you can do more. It's up to you. It's whatever your beliefs are. But for me, I just want to get as many people as on my custom audience as quickly as possible. And if you can get their attention and watch the video 10 seconds or more, and you'll be able to see this in the analytics. I think you're doing okay. All right, so we're going to do choose videos here, okay, and I'm just going to pick my page, which is there. All right, and you can see how to hit a golf ball solid. That's the one we want to use. Now, this video is 4 minutes long, but what I've found in my niche with golf is these guys will watch this. They always want to get free golf tips and everything. So you're just going to hit confirm, okay? And then, you know, in the last 365 days, for the purposes of this, if you're just starting this from scratch, you have no custom audiences, this is the first time you're doing this, it doesn't matter. Just leave it the way it is there. And then what I'm going to do is audience name, I'm going to put solid golf video ad. Okay, you can name it whatever you want. I just would name it something that's easy to remember. Okay, so we're going to hit save. Boom. And now it says it will take up to 30 minutes for your audience to be ready for use. This is going to be like that across the board, so nothing to worry about. We're in good shape. Okay, so what this is going to do, you can create an ad using the audience, expand your audience. What you might want to do in the future, where it says we're going to create an ad using this audience at some point. Now, we'll talk about this when we do retargeting. But expand your audience, what that is you could take what's called a lookalike audience, and what Facebook will do is it'll pull the profiles of the people on your custom audience and find people that have similar profiles and interests and so on. So you create almost like a clone army of prospects you can advertise in front of, which is really cool. But for right now, we're not going to worry about that since we don't have a custom audience built yet. Okay, so right now you see it says audience too small. Again, no worries. There's a 5-minute golf video ad. I'll show you how this is working so far. I just put it up about half hour ago. Okay, so and you can see there's a storytelling video 10%. I just did that last night, and it already has 400 people as a custom audience. So it's working pretty quickly. All right, so we're going to click this button where it says audiences, and it's going to give us the ability to go back to the ads manager where we'll actually create our ad. Okay, so what you want to do from here is you're going to hit the button that says create ad. Boom. Okay. Now, this is really, really important, and depending on what you want to do is what you're going to pick for your objective or what you want to accomplish with this particular video ad. Now, for the purposes of what we're doing here, just to build a custom audience, I am going to select get video views. However, if you're looking to do something where you want to send people to a website or a landing page to collect their email addresses, your best bet is to hit this increase conversions on your website. You can still use the video. This is the cool part. It's still a great way to go. However, this is at a stage where we're putting this video out to basically get the know, like, and trust factor rolling with people who've never heard of you before. All right, so we're going to hit get video views, and we're going to just call this solid golf video. Okay, hit continue. Okay, now what you could do when you're in this platform, you could theoretically use a custom audience if you have one. However, we're just going to assume that we don't have one. Okay, so I'm going to be targeting, my niche is targeting golfers that are 50 years or older, so we're going to come here to age, and I just do the United States. You can do other countries, obviously, if you live abroad, you know, you want to target your home country, that's obviously the way to go, but since I'm a Yankee, I'm going to pick United States, I'm going to pick 50, and for some reason with golf, it doesn't do well above 65, so I just put it at 60, usually about 64, it's fine. My lowest hanging fruit is men, so we'll click that. They speak English, so I'll just pick all. You never know, might have some Brits or Aussies here. Detailed targeting. Okay, now what's going to happen is I'm just going to start with, I'm going to go very broad when I do this, and then narrow it down a little bit, just for a couple of categories. Usually Colby and I have kind of a rule of 3 where we do 3 different categories, but I'm going to type golf. Okay, so we're going to click that. Now, it'll give you suggestions. Now, obviously, things like Stephen Curry, basketball is not going to really probably help, not really where I'm looking. So some of these are not going to be applicable, but just knowing my market the way I do, I would put things like Golf Channel. I know these guys watch the Golf Channel. They would watch things like the PGA Tour. You know, they'd be fans of the golf club. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see. They obviously like golf balls, golf course, Golf Digest. You know, they might like a certain brand of ball, or you know, they might like the PGA Tour, European Tour. You know, these are just different things that you could pick. The one thing that I usually pick just for golf is Avid Golfer, which is someone who plays a couple times a month on average. Not a huge group, but I have found it's gotten gains. And then, you know, I might have a something that has like a golf membership. Sorry, that's not it. They might have something like USGA. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. United States Golf Association. Usually people that are part of the USGA play a lot of golf. So what you're looking at is, it says it's broad, about 1.7 million. That's fine. It's not bad. You can see your estimated daily reach. I don't pay too much attention to this just because, you know, it's just a guesstimate. It's not really that big a deal. Now, you're going to slide down here. Now, because I have a video that's over 30 seconds long, I cannot put it on Instagram. So if you have something that's 30 seconds or long, just leave all these intact for this type of ad, okay? For your conversion ads, you might just do like mobile and desktop newsfeed, maybe even right column. But for this, we're just going to take Instagram out because it's too long a video. We're going to come down here. Now, I'm just a fan of just starting with $10, and the reason why I like doing lower amounts like $5 or $10 is Facebook wants to get your money. And so what they're going to do is they're going to do everything they can with their algorithms to optimize your ad to get the best performance possible. So when you do this, if you want to scale it up, there's ways of doing that. Typically, you just wait every 2 days. You can, you know, up it by 50%, or you can just duplicate the ad. But what you want to do is just, I would just start low to tip your toe in the water and see how this thing goes. Okay? So we're all good to go there. We're going to move on to the part where we actually write the copy, pick an image, the whole bit. So it's going to ask us to upload the video here. So we're going to hit that. I'm just going to search for this in downloads. This is stuff you probably don't have to worry about too much, but just in the event that you do, here we go. While that's loading, you would pick your Facebook page. So that, you know, that would be fine. We're going to just go to add a website URL. Just for the, you know, the sake of doing this, I'm just going to put 5minutegolf.com. Display link. Now, here's a little trick that you can use. You don't have to put a display link like, you know, it would be like yourname.com/whatever. What I would do here is I would actually use this little piece of real estate to put a call to action. You know, claim your free golf lessons now. Okay, because I give away like a couple video golf lessons. All right, now we're going to go down here. We're all good. So far we're good here, okay? Now what we're going to do is just start filling out this text. I like to use the headline first, and what I will put is something like this: free video golf lesson dash learn how to break 90. That's a big deal for my market. Beginning golfers struggle to break the score of 90 over 18 holes. So what I would do is this part here, whatever you're giving away, you know, whatever the benefit is, and you might put something like without hours of practice, okay? With golf, it's pretty safe, and you're not going to typically get banned on Facebook, but, you know, just to be on the safe side, just make sure it's something you can back up. Now, for this text here, okay, we're going to go, while this is still loading, we're going to go ahead and fill this in, okay? And it's going to say something to the effect of, sometimes you can put like, you know, depending on what happens, like, you know, free, sometimes you can put brackets and stuff depending on the type of ad, but for just the sake of argument, we're just going to put free golf lesson, learn how to hit the ball solid 80% of the time or greater, which is, you know, a pretty good thing for these golfers. Then download all 5 of your, and it's like break 90 in 90 days. lessons. Okay. So we've pretty much got this filled out. The newsfeed link description, you might just put just some supporting text. Discover how to hit big drives, hit more greens, sink more putts, and nail your short game shots. Something along those lines. Just supporting text. Okay. Now that's all done. You can see this is starting to finish, and what will happen once that finishes is we can basically, there's a couple alterations to the video that we would make in order to kind of finish the thing. So now we've got this done. All right, now it's just like YouTube. It's gonna give you some options for thumbnails. Okay, but what I would suggest doing is, if you don't have to have a lot of technical skill with this, because I don't, is if you download a program, and you can get a free trial of it called Snagit. You can put all kinds of cool, like you can blur things out, you can put text overlays, the whole thing. And the reason why this is important, and I'm going to select a custom image here, the reason why this is important is because what this is going to allow you to do is create a pattern interrupt in the person's like newsfeed or their mobile newsfeed or whatever, so they'll actually see, your ad will be more visible. So I might put something like this. This is one I made for another, video. Okay, it's not the best, but it's. I'll show you the results. Now here it's going to say video captions. You can just let, Facebook do it for you, or if you want to have no captions, you can do that. It's up to you. Or manually review. I'm just, for the sake of argument, just going to do that because they're usually pretty good. Okay, and at this point, what we have is we've got a video ad that is ready to rock and roll. This is ready to go. That's it. That's all you have to do. One last thing I might suggest, I've heard different arguments about this. It's something to just test out. But I've heard people say, oh, don't have a button here. For video, I just put watch more. I figure what harm is it just to give them a little extra, call to action. So we might just do that. And then once we're good, now typically if you're doing, just the last thing, if you're doing a conversion ad, you're going to obviously want to pick this, track all my conversions for my Facebook pixel, so you can, measure how well this is performing. And that's really about it. You can always put tags in if you need to. It's not my thing, for the purposes of doing this, not my thing, but we're going to click place order. It's going to be processing your order. Okay, and then hit continue. Now, we're going to take a moment right now, and we're going to look at the golf one I just did and a couple others, so you can kind of get a feel for what you're looking at here. So we go back to Ads Manager, okay? And what we're going to do, you can see this one's kind of in the bullpen warming up. We're going to go to this one. This one's the one I did with a driver, okay? And I'm going to show you a few stats. So you can see up here, I'm going to highlight this right here. Right now, it's got 39 video views, okay, out of 86 people reached. It's pretty insane. It's right now running probably just a little bit over a penny a view. So this means that every time someone sees it, it's going to run me between 1 to 2 cents. You can see how, like, if you spend $10, you can get up to like 1,000 views. I mean, really quick building, a very custom audience. The result rate, all that's saying is, out of 86 people, 39 people saw it, therefore 45.35% of these people actually watched the video, okay? Now, if you want to get a little, these are some basic things, but they're very helpful to look at. So one of the things I'll do is I'll look at, the video engagement. And what this is going to tell you here, and this is really interesting, is how many times, your ad showed up, how many times people viewed it. Here's the cost. Now, this is really important to pay attention here because of the metric we picked earlier to track our custom audience. These are people that had 10-second video views. Now, for my video, it's like, this particular one's about, I believe it's about 2.5 minutes long. So if it's 10 seconds or less, it'll just be 97% of your video. But for this, they're watching at least, 10 seconds of that video. Therefore, it's starting to accumulate that custom audience. Those are people that are sitting on there watching this video as we speak. Okay, and cost per action is just, people that spent the divided number of time on the video. It's not something you have to worry too much about. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, okay? So this tells you the percentage of the video people watch. So it's about 11.5%. It's not bad, you know, considering it's, you know, it's a 2.5 minute video. This here is telling you that they're watching 25% of it. This here tells you they're watching 50% of it. And this here is telling you they're watching 75% of it. And here it's, you know, it's 95%, okay? Now, the other metric that you want to look at, and for this particular objective, just getting views, it's not as important, but you can sometimes score some opt-ins or sales depending on what you're doing. But this is how many people are like clicking on the ad. Okay, so this same numbers here. Here's the number of people that have clicked. Okay, total number of clicks on your ad. There's a click-through rate based on the impressions, cost per click, and there you go. So right now, at this rate, if I spend $10, I'll get roughly between 800 to 1,000 video views for every $10. To give you an idea of what that's going to do, I'm going to show you something here that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to go to audiences. I mentioned earlier that I had just put this one up, the storytelling one, where I talk about how to use stories in your copy, and already it's got 400 views. Just to give you kind of an idea, this one right here, this instant stories, this is what I've accumulated running clicks ads over the last, really it's been the last 3 months. So you can see I'm going to build this a lot faster than this because I can get a lot more eyeballs and, you know, targeted or pixeled people on my custom audience. Now, eventually what you would do, and we're going to get into this in a different video, but just so you have an idea how this works, is basically here is a retargeting ad that I'm running. Just ran it, so there's not a lot going on here. But just to give you an idea, I've already had 2 opt-ins out of 25 people, 27 cents per conversion. Okay, and just so you can see, and this is not a video ad, this is just a regular ad. Okay, just to give you an idea, it's pretty much batting 1,000 in terms of clicks. So I've had 2 clicks and then 5.71% click-through rate. That's a really easy way to pick up email subscribers because you've specifically targeted the people that already watched something. They've already engaged with a piece of your content. And instead of spending, you know, like I said, up to 50 cents a click, you know, sending them to your website, this way you can accumulate a vastly bigger number of people in such a smaller amount of time. Okay? So what you need to do, the first thing you need to do, if you, no matter where, depending on where you're at with this, is you need to first have a video, and we'll talk about what kind of videos and how you should use them, you know, in another video. Load it up on your business page, okay? And then go ahead, set your custom audience, set your ad, watch it go. Just track it, okay? So that is it for now. I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you in the next video.